to climb the ladder in rankings. Let's go down to our post-game chat with head coach Troy Mann.
From late in the second, I think that might have been the most pronounced case of 3-3 fatigue I've seen out of you guys this season. In a way, was this almost like last weekend catching up to you?
You could be right. I didn't. I thought the first two periods were actually a pretty good hockey game for 3-3, both teams playing. But the third period, we certainly looked tired, and I called a timeout with about 8 minutes left. I just thought we were losing the game there in terms of something might go wrong with the way we were defending, and we just didn't have any legs to get any forecheck. And I thought we exerted a tremendous amount of energy in the offensive zone play in the first two periods, because I thought we had some really good puck possession time tonight. They do a very good job of protecting the middle of the ice, so there was times where we didn't get any chances, but you still, when you're working hard with the puck down the ozone play, it's tiring. So we certainly looked fatigued, no doubt about it, in the third period.
So what was your sense of optimism then going into OT, going down to 4-on-4 and 3-on-3, and then yet Galley makes the big play at the point and sets up the...
Well, it was a concern. We told the D only to jump if they seen a spot, because to be honest with you, trying to play for the shootout, to be honest with you, that was kind of in my mind. I mean, not that we were telling the guys just to sit back defensively in the 4-on-4 and 3-on-3, but I was just trying to prevent the goals, especially with the 17 and 13, the Russian kid there. I thought those two kids were dynamic and had NHL speed, and certainly were dangerous, all night long in terms of creating offense. And so I certainly was worried about them in the overtime period. But we got the break and found a way to get it done. And at the end of the day, that's what counts.
4 goals against for Phil, but he got you to the overtime.
No, I mean Phil. I think we'd all, let's face it, he's been our MVP this season, but wasn't his sharpest game. There's no doubt about it that we've seen a lot better from him. But he made that huge backdoor save there on the PK late second, which was a game saver for us, and just found a way to get the W. And we're not going to sit back and but I'm sure he'll be fine here moving forward.
Since the beginning of end of October, you have not lost a weekend. You've been on the verge tonight, but given all the circumstances that everything happens each particular weekend, talk about the significance of that.
Well, that's the one thing when you set these weekly goals, and I didn't know that, right? And because you just kind of worry about the next week, and the more weeks you win, when April rolls around, you tend to be in a good position. And this was a tough weekend for us because, as we all know, in the 3-3, the most critical game of the weekend is that first game. You want to come out, get the first win, and then go from there. And when you lose that first game, then it puts a lot of pressure on you to come back and get the 4 points. So, hats off to the guys for digging deep. We didn't play our best hockey this weekend, but, we've won a lot of hockey games here the last 2.5 months. So I know that the team play is going to be up and down because that's just the way it is over a 76-game schedule. So we'll just take the 2 points here and move on.
2 goals from the fourth line, 2 goals from the third line. That kind of your perfect recipe for a Sunday 3-3.
Oh, absolutely. And we talked about it back in October, November when we weren't getting that depth scoring, and Brodus, found a way to get the back of the twine here and showing flashes of why he's was a tremendous goal scorer junior, and also why he lit the lamp so much in the ECHL. And it was nice to see Mitchie get one tonight as well. So when TK's line gets shut down, or you need some other guys to step up, and Newberry found Gaisley for a nice goal. So that's why our goals for has went up from 27th in the league to 13th or 12th, whatever it was going into today. So that was good to see.
What was the explanation you got for the net knockoff goal?
They told me that when our player when the net goes off from our player's perspective, when so Morsey was the guy that dislodged the net, the shot from the opposition guy has to be a follow-through, and the follow-through was definitely a goal. If it had been them knocking the net off, it wouldn't have counted, but because Morsey was the one that knocked it off, I mean, it was pretty bang-bang from the video replay that we seen, but the way they seen it, should have been a goal.
What's your assessment of Big Mike at left wing?
I thought he was fine, and feel kind of bad that he didn't play him all in the third there, and kind of shut him down a little bit late second, but we had that PK, and it's just a trust factor. I thought he gave us some good shifts, and I thought Broden and Mitchell were going pretty well tonight as well, so I thought I'd get them some shifts with CC and Wellman and those kind of guys just to help them out a little bit. Not that Big Mike couldn't do the job, but he is a defenseman, so I thought he served the purpose and did good. I thought he got in the forecheck a couple times and did his job. So I'm sure he was just glad to finally get in a game, because he's been very patient, and it's tough being that 7th D and when your team's on the roll, because he hasn't played a lot of hockey lately.
Where would you rank him on the Weller scale?
Well, I think he's a little quicker than Wellesley, but I had some flashbacks of Wellesley there, but it was nice to see Big Mike. He did back them off early in the game with some pretty good forecheck. I was just scared he was going to run somewhere and take a 5-minute major, but we told him, Helmer talked to him before the game and said, make sure you're not killing anybody where you're having to kill a 5-minute major, so it's good.
Obviously, Liam O'Brien sat out tonight pending further investigation. What's your sense of the chances of this maybe staying at one game? Because the mitigating factor he's got is he did come off the bench, but he didn't engage in a fight.
Well, I know Doug talked to the league today, and we sent them as much footage as we could today, so we can maybe have a determination by tomorrow, because we will need to call someone up if Liam gets more than one game. But you're absolutely right. We're hoping, just based on the fact that he left the bench, but didn't really engage in any kind of, there was the third man in call, but that was the wrong call, because he didn't even get into any kind of fracas over there. So hopefully he'll be at 1 and he'll be good for Friday night, but we're hoping that we get the final determination by tomorrow, so we can make a player move if need be for Friday. Okay, thanks. We'll see you next weekend.
All right, that is head coach.